Good afternoon, everyone. Prepper Dog here. Hope you're having a good Wednesday and a good week so far. I just wanted to give some more updates on what's going on in the world. But before I get into all of that, I want to take a moment and say thank you to all of my subscribers. The channel has really grown over the last 48 to 72 hours. I really appreciate it. I really do. Thank you. I also want to mention a couple of other channels who've been very supportive for me, Prepper Now and Pinball Preparedness. Check them out as well. They're doing a lot of good work on all these subjects. So I follow them every day. So right into what we're going to talk about, I want to first go to Russia, Ukraine, and then I'll talk about a couple of other things. Okay, so on the Russia, Ukraine front, still, I'm not finding anything on TV news. Such garbage, isn't it? I mean, I can't find TV talking about this. If y'all are noticing this, let me know if you're seeing anything on the TV news about any of this stuff going on overseas. Okay, so but on the Russia-Ukraine part or front first, things continue just to build up. I haven't noticed anything really big eye-opening in the last couple of days, but things do, from what I'm reading and hearing, things just keep getting ratcheted up, and there's still a huge presence of Russian army forces, so ground forces, naval, air, and right in that area, right on Ukraine's doorstep. Okay, there was a story came out that said that Belarus is also forming a union with Russia. They're talking about that. Putin mentioned that. So Belarus is right to the north of Ukraine and just to west of Russia. So that kind of surrounds Ukraine. That's very strategic for Russia and Putin, because you got Russia just to the east, so they would be going west if they invade Ukraine, and then Belarus, which is just to the north, and that would really kind of surround Ukraine and that much more. So very strategic for them. So that came out, I think, yesterday sometime. Also, the other news was that Putin had a speech that gave earlier today. It was more like a State of the Union type speech, if you will, to Russia, to the people of Russia. He didn't talk a lot about the Ukraine situation, but from what I can glean on that, he said a few things about it. He said that one thing he threatened, he said that if America or NATO gets in the way or comes too close, he warned of tough Russian reaction if the West crosses, quote unquote, the red line. Not sure where that is, but he also said that those who threaten Russia's safety will regret it in a way that they have never regretted anything before. So tough talk. I mean, he's known for that. Also, he talked about how Russia is like a tiger. He likened them to a tiger, and the United States and its allies, or NATO, is trying to surround him like a pack of wild hyenas. So he's kind of playing a victim mentality, like a victim role almost there. So, which is interesting, because the way I see it, he's the one that started the big, huge buildup again, right on Ukraine's doorstep. So now he's playing victim, like, these guys are surrounding me and I'm the tiger. You know, what am I going to do? You're backing me into a corner. So I think it's kind of opposite, actually, right? So he said that. And then what else? I think that was about the main thing that he said about as far as Ukraine in his speech earlier today. Other than that, also, I think I mentioned this before, but in addition to all the other forces they have, or part of the forces they have built up on the border with Ukraine, they have these mobile mortar launchers that, this is fascinating, but and we may have something similar to this too, United States may, but they're mobile mortar launchers, and they're capable of firing a warhead that has a tactical nuke on it. So very concerning. Okay, just a little bit. So, but it's still unclear whether his intentions. Whether it's still unclear whether he plans to just go ahead and invade Ukraine. Right? He didn't really indicate in his speech. Of course, he's a cagey kind of guy. He's not going to just tip his hat to what he's going to do and say, hey, I'm going to invade Ukraine 24 hours from now. He didn't say anything like that, of course. So, but it's still unclear what exactly he's going to do and when he's going to do it. But fact remains, he has a lot of forces right there, right on Ukraine. Okay, a lot right there, a lot more than a military exercise would be. Okay, so we'll keep an eye on that. I'll keep an eye on that as best I can. Also, I wanted to mention China, Taiwan on that front. Not a whole lot from what I can tell, but it did. I did see a story today. It was dated today from the South China Morning Post, and it said that the Japanese Prime Minister says that Japanese troops will not get involved if China invades Taiwan. So he is saying that that Japanese forces will not get directly involved if China invades Taiwan. He said that he did say that they would provide a range of logistical and rear echelon support to the United States if an invasion happened. He said that the Japanese Constitution blocks the military from taking a part in combat operations if China takes down or tries to take Taiwan. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Japan is a big ally of ours in the region. You also have the Philippines to the south there that are our allies as well. They have forces in the region too. So big stake, big interest for them too. So, so that's kind of what's going on that front. Other than that, I haven't heard anything really new about Israel, Iran, but the tensions are really high still between them two. So, what else? Just keep prepping, guys. I mean, just stack it to the ceiling. Keep preparing. Get your provisions, get your food, your water. If you've been doing this for a while, check your inventory. If things are old or really expired, it's time to rotate it. We were doing that some this past weekend, rotating out the stuff that's getting old and replenishing it with newer stuff. Okay, so your water, your food, your provisions, your defensive measures. Okay, let's make sure we have that ready and cleaned up. Okay. Also, I want to talk a bit about physical fitness. Get outside as much as you can if you're able. Get out, exercise. I think physical fitness is something we don't talk about enough. It's something I'm working on a lot more, and just more healthy living. In a crisis, even if it's a short-term crisis or emergency, I think physical fitness is really going to come into play. It's so important. Your adrenaline's running, and you can run on adrenaline for a little while, right? But after that, after about a few hours of that or longer, then their fitness takes over, and that really makes a big difference. Okay, it can be survival or not. So healthy living, watch what we're eating, try to eat healthy as we can. Let's boost our immune system. Let's just watch that. Okay. Also, stock up on your medicines, your prescription medicines. Try to stock up extra on that if you can, and your over-the-counter stuff. Okay, I'm loading back up on that when I can. I'm gonna make an Aldi trip again this week. So, also pet food. Don't forget about the pets, right? Let's check your inventory on pet food. So that's about all I have right now. Let me know what you think. If you've heard other updates that I didn't mention, or it can change in an hour or two, right? So that's what I've been able to glean so far in the last couple of days. But I'll leave you with that. I hope you have a good rest of today, or Wednesday afternoon, or whenever you're watching this. And I say God bless you, and I'll see you soon.